Hey everybody, this is Tommy and Igoe, and then again, this is your assignment for days 31 through 45, and this is step 2. And you have no business watching this if you have not already watched step 1. So now people who are here right now are going to go, we're going to go over the part I played together, all right? So you can get an idea. Now again, we are not using the book. Do not open the book. We are going to use the other track now, the other track that you have that was included with the book. You're going to use Global Tour with drums this time, okay? And we're going to go through it without, you can have your chart in front of you, all right? But now you're going to have another piece of paper and it will be completely blank, okay? And we're going to go through this together and you will write down things that I'm saying. Now, I'm not going to give you a complete open transcription of everything I've been playing, but I'm going to give you some insight into what happens, and I will solo some of the tracks here on the session so you will be able to hear exactly what I played. So it won't be a mystery anymore, but you're not looking at the book, all right? So the transcription part of this is more going to be a listening session with me and you actually listening to the drum part that I played together, right? Now at the end of this, you are either going to go to step 3 to create, or if this is after you've done the creation part, we'll go to step 4 together. I'll tell you more about that later, but everybody here right now, we're doing the listening session for the drums. So cue up you can cue up on your part when I get out of here, out of your face with this video. You will be able to go onto that track and listen to it again and again and again and actually start to fill in all the blanks that we're not going to do together right now. Some of the exact playing that I did. And you'll be able to fill it all in, and by the time it's done, you will have a transcription of what I played. I'm going to give you everything that you need right now. Okay? Now, we're going again 5 minutes, 31 seconds in. I'm going to play us 2 bars before the start of the transcription. All right, we're gonna listen to the click. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the very first thing is obviously just bass drum, right? It's obviously just bass drum. And I'm gonna throw this click in here so we can hear it now. That's nice. Boop, boop, boop. And mute off. Okay, so one more time. Okay, so now you can hear how that is just bass drum with the basses. Basses are that's called arco with a bow. Okay, pizzicatos when they play with their finger. Okay, and so these are bowed basses and kick drum. That's all it is. Let's listen to that again. All right, all right. And you see the figure. Let's get that figure together. So listen to the figure. 3 2 3 and 2 different figures, right? And 1 and 2 and 3 and all right. Because I gave you that click, that's all you need. All right. Now let's go to bar 5. Let's listen to what happens in bar 5. So now, obviously, an addition needs to be made here, okay? Some kind of support for the violins that are coming in. And what a perfect, I think a snare drum it would be a perfect choice, and I think that's what I played. Let's listen to it. All right, that's going to be right here. So you can hear that is mimicking, literally echoing the, or say doubling is more like it, doubling the string line there, okay, with a military rudimental kind of thing with some press rolls. Again, press rolls, not open rolls. You want to use press rolls there orchestrally. All right. So we listen to it again. Let's listen to the snare drum part together. Okay. 1 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So that was the point. So the bass drum part stayed in. We layered a snare drum part on top of it, okay? So it wasn't like we stopped the bass drum. The bass drum kept going. All right, let's listen to it in context one more time. Now here comes the snare drum. You're going to keep that figure going in the bass drum. changes. Drummers always want to improvise and stuff like that. This is orchestral. You playing with these guys. Don't improvise. Okay, now this next section, there's a little brass figure that comes in. So I added some toms here, and if you listen to the part, you can hear how I'm just adding more dimension without getting. I'm not adding 30-second notes. I'm not adding any of that crap. It's orchestral. I'm still with them, but I'm adding more dimension to the music by adding some tom color, a little more melodic sound. Let's listen to exactly what I played. 3, 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay? Just a little bit of more power, you know, to help with the brass and stuff. So that's what happened in those after the 8 bars, and we're in the second 8-bar section. All right, let's put it in context with everything. This lasts for 8 bars. Bar 5. And you can see how the brass plays that 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, right? So I guess it's the E of 2 that they're playing, right? 1, 1 and 2, and no, it's the and of 2. 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3, and I didn't put anything there because I wanted them to have that moment. So you have to, again, parsing information, deciding what you want to write down was in the chart. So now when you're transcribing, you can see that was my thinking behind that. I left the and of 2 alone in the bones, the trombones, so they would have that moment by themselves. Let's do it again. And I joined with them again on the and of 3, the E of 3. 1 and 2 and 3, all right? So you leave the and of 2 alone. It sounds nice to have those bones just hit that by themselves. Okay, now check it out. Wow, complete change right there. We go from trombones and basses, you know, until like it sounds like something bad's gonna happen, right? And like all this stuff, listen, all like this sinister stuff. It's like, you know, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now listen to this. Now the basses are still down there, but now it all goes to upper structure. It goes to flutes, violin. It's all upper stuff. Okay, so you can't play the kit the same way. All right, you got to change. You got to thin out, go to a lower density, mimic, and use the sounds on your drum set to go with the orchestration. Let's listen to see what happened there. Well, what did I play? Let's listen. Okay, and again, you're not using your book. Okay, we're transcribing. Let's listen to this next section and see what I have. So I'm just with the basses, boom, chop, chop. So it's like a boom, click, click. You know, so upper click, boom, got, boom, ching, ging, upper bell stuff. Okay, all like cymbal metallics. Going to metallics. That sound for metallics there. All right, let's hear it in context. All right, now what's going to happen here? Uh-oh. Whoa. Okay, something bad's going to happen part. So it's doom, 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 doom. You hear the basses are laying it out. But you also hear this. You hear this. There's a subdivision going on. What is it? Let's see. I'm hearing violas. I'm hearing cellos. They're playing 16th note triplets. Listen to that. Listen. You hear all that stuff? All that subdivision stuff? Sometimes so. A younger player would try to play with them. But really what you need to do as the drummer is don't play the subdivision with them. Give them the floor. So you'll notice what I play there is all support, just laying out eighth notes. Let's listen to this. Let's listen. That's it. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, that's like the most bad, something bad's going to happen sound ever, right? Okay? Now let's listen to it in context. Believe me, the cellos and the violas will love you for just supporting them there. And now look at that, man, it's a huge crescendo going into that next thing, and obviously some sort of fill. All right, and that's when I go into the subdivision. That's when I start to join them on the subdivision. So for my fill subdivision, I went to the primary subdivision that was already being laid out by the cellos and the violas. There's your fill, okay? There's your fill at the end of that phrase. Now, let's hear what happens next. Here we go. Go. 1. So obviously the same thing is happening, but now the whole orchestra is in, the whole spectrum of sound is in, so we should have the whole spectrum of sound for our drum set. Now we're using metallics on the big 1, 2, all right? It's like a splash of red, okay, on that part, and then that's when you start to really lay it out. So just the cymbals, just adding the metallics on 2. So listen to the sound of the drum set. Listen to how the sound of the drum set changes when you add metallics and you have the patience to not use metallics until you need them. Listen. All that color comes in if you save it. So all that stuff is being saved. And let's hear it again, hear it in context. All right, let's listen on. Okay, you hear the 16-note triplets. 2. And that pulse is still happening on a tom. You're going to write that in your transcription. All right, let's see how this ends. So listen to this next section, okay? This is like the typical, like the tornadoes coming. Okay, I'm going to turn off the drums and you just hear this shit. Here. Okay, but the basses are going 4, 1, and 2, and 3, 4. And so it's obviously going to the 1. All right, and you can hear that. Now let's listen to it. So they're going boom, boom, and the flutes are going boom. So the metallics are going to be on the 2 and the 4. The bass drum stays on the 1 and the 3. So the drum set is an orchestra, and you just have to be able to extrapolate the right sound from it at the right time. All right, let's listen to it one more time in context. We'll finish out. Here we go. 2. Here's the last 4 bars. 5 bars, actually. Done. Okay? So now we've just gone through that whole section, 41 bars of music altogether, and I've given you an insight into exactly what should be going on in your mind when you first charted it and now when you were transcribing it. So now if you're new to transcriptions, you may not be able to get this down note for note. That's okay. Just get most of it. I think you can get about 95% of it. You're going to be cool. Okay? Especially if you listen to what I just did with you. Now, you are either going to step 4 if you've already done step 3, okay? So because the intermediates were going to step 2. Now the intermediates are going to go to step 3 and then step 4. My advanced people who have already done both of these, and this was the 3rd step for you, you will be going to step 4. Depending on where you are in this journey, go to the next appropriate step, okay? Hope you're having fun, fam. I'll see you in a minute.